For this video, I'm going to show how to use the ARM template to create a virtual network. So you just create a resource and you type in template deployment, or you can just start typing custom template to create. So there's some common ones you could do, like a Windows and Linux virtual machine, and actually you could get some from Quick Start. So they have some different stuff, Ubuntu VM. So a lot, like let's say you want a virtual network, you can find one there. But anyway, we're gonna build our own. Okay, so this is what it gives by default: the schema, content version, which you could change if you want, just so you could keep track of different versions, and parameters, resources, and if you want to add outputs later. So parameters is attributes for when it's being provisioned, and there's also variables you could add for after it's deployed, and then resources are what's going to be like the main thing you're doing, I guess. So we'll like put in the virtual network in it. But anyway, just to show you, there's quick start templates, and it says disclaimer says it's made by a member of the community, not Microsoft. So just be careful, I guess. You could load files, you could download this after you're done with it. You can add a resource. So let's just check what its virtual network does, and we'll call it ARM demo Vnet. Okay, so looks good. It has some additional variables and stuff, so you could do that and you'd be ready, and you could download it or just click save, or we could just load a file. I have one set up, so it's shorter. So API version, so type, it's a network, virtual network. I'm calling ARM demo Vnet. I don't know what happened with that. East US. So location, properties, adding the address space and the subnets. So you could do that, or you could also just copy and paste it in instead of loading it. One thing to note is that the API version and the way that the properties are listed go together. So if there's like a newer API in 2021 on October 31st, Halloween, they do a nice update, and then you keep this the same, it might fail to deploy. So make sure that they match. Also, another thing to note is if you could go to this website. It's called jsonlint.com. It's just a JSON validator, or you just search for any validator. And let's say you click validate, then it says valid. But let's say maybe you forgot to close the bracket. Then you do it. Oh, it says error. So it's helpful. It's expecting this. It's like a little IDE, just to keep you. It's like spell check. Honestly, you could think of it like that. So if you're new to making JSON files, then this will help you out. Just wanted to point that out. So anyway, I think that's everything. So you just click save, and you could use Azure command line interface, or PowerShell to deploy it. You don't have to use a portal, but then you view and create, and then I'll come back when it's done. So it's created, and you see it's used address space that we defined. You go to subnets. We created a default subnet that we defined. So that's how to use ARM, as I say, to create a virtual network.